Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both intriguing and unexpected. Well-known Black actors whose personal journeys may surprise you. They're celebrated for their powerful performances and unforgettable roles, but beyond the spotlight, some have stories of identity and self-discovery that many people never hear about. Let's explore this fascinating list together and see which names might truly catch you off guard. Do you know someone in the LGBT community? If yes, comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your responses help us learn more about the audience watching and supporting this channel. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep bringing you more engaging and meaningful content. Marsai Martin, born the 14th of August 2004 in Plano, Texas, is one of the brightest young stars shaping Hollywood today. She first gained widespread attention for her role as Diane Johnson on ABC's hit series Blackish, where she amazed audiences with her sharp comedic timing and natural charm, even at just 9 years old. A major milestone in her career came in 2019, when she became the youngest executive producer in Hollywood history with the film Little, starring alongside Regina Hall and Issa Rae. That groundbreaking achievement quickly turned her into a symbol of possibility for a new generation of young Black creatives. Marsai is not only a talented actress, but also an ambitious storyteller, with a clear and powerful vision for the future. Despite her young age, Marsai Martin has already built a resume that many seasoned performers would respect. She has earned multiple NAACP Image Awards and was recognized on Time magazine's 2019 100 Next list, highlighting her as one of the most influential rising voices of her generation. As the founder of Genius Productions, she continues to create projects that uplift and center young Black girls, giving them stories filled with confidence, joy, and authenticity. Her work consistently reflects empowerment and hope, capturing the spirit of a new era in entertainment. With her vision and determination, Marsai has become a powerful force in an industry that is rapidly evolving. However, with visibility often comes unwanted attention. In recent years, Marsai has occasionally found herself at the center of online speculation about her private life, fueled largely by social media rumors rather than confirmed information. She has not made her personal matters a public discussion, and the curiosity surrounding celebrities can sometimes grow far beyond what is fair or respectful. Instead of responding to every headline or assumption, Marsai has chosen to stay focused on her career, her creative goals, and the positive values she represents. That quiet confidence and discipline reflect a level of maturity well beyond her years. Marsai Martin has never been afraid to engage with important cultural conversations, and she has used her platform to support diversity, inclusion, and a more welcoming entertainment industry for everyone. As a Gen Z role model, she represents a new generation that values both ambition and authenticity success that doesn't require losing your individuality. Rather than allowing stereotypes or outside speculation to define her, Marsai continues to build her own legacy as both an actress and a producer. She proves that true representation isn't only about being seen on screen, but also about having creative power behind the camera. Marsai isn't just a rising star, she's helping shape the future of storytelling itself. Jeremy Pope, born the 9th of July 1992 in Orlando, Florida, has rapidly emerged as one of the most gifted and influential young performers in today's entertainment world. Known for his remarkable abilities as both a singer and actor, he made history in 2019 by becoming only the 6th person ever to earn 2 Tony Award nominations in the same year, recognized for his powerful leading performances in Choir Boy and Ain't Too Proud. The Life and Times of the Temptations. This rare achievement highlighted not only his extraordinary range, but also his magnetic presence on stage. Yet Pope's impact extends far beyond Broadway. He continues to expand into television and film, bringing depth, authenticity, and meaningful representation to every role he takes on. Pope's next major breakthrough arrived with his role as Archie Coleman in Netflix's Hollywood 2020, where he portrayed an openly gay black screenwriter navigating the harsh realities of prejudice and exclusion in the film industry of the 1940s. The performance earned him a Golden Globe nomination and introduced him to a worldwide audience as an artist unafraid to step into stories that have often been overlooked. With striking emotional depth, Pope brought humanity and nuance to the character, offering a powerful glimpse into the layered experiences of black queer voices in entertainment history. This wasn't simply another role, it carried cultural weight. Through it, Pope reinforced how storytelling can challenge stereotypes, illuminate hidden histories, and speak truths that deserve to be seen. As an openly gay artist, Jeremy Pope has been clear about his commitment to authenticity in the work he chooses. He has spoken about the importance of avoiding roles that reduce identity to cliches, instead seeking characters that reflect the full complexity and dignity of real human experience. Pope has also addressed the pressures created by rigid expectations of masculinity and the need for Black LGBTQ+ stories to be told with care, depth, and humanity, not only through struggle, but also through joy, love, and resilience. With each carefully selected project, he continues to redefine what success looks like, not simply through fame, but through artistic purpose and integrity. Jeremy Pope doesn't follow a mold, he shapes his own path. Beyond acting, Jeremy Pope is also a gifted musician, weaving elements of soul, gospel, and R&B into his artistic expression. Much like his performances on screen and stage, his music carries a sense of honesty, emotion, and deep sincerity. Whether he's under the Broadway lights, in front of a camera, or behind a microphone, Pope's purpose remains clear: to honor identity, create room for healing, and show that Black queer artists never have to sacrifice authenticity in order to thrive. He represents a new generation of creatives who aren't waiting for permission or acceptance, they are shaping the future with their own hands. As his career continues to rise, Jeremy Pope stands not only as a remarkable talent, but also as a symbol of lasting cultural progress through art. Tika Sumpter, born Euphemia Latico Sumpter on the 20th of June 1980 in Queens, New York, is an actress, producer, and advocate whose work has made a strong impact in modern entertainment. She began her career in front of the camera as a model and television host, including early appearances connected to youth programming, before gaining major recognition as Candace Young in Tyler Perry's The Haves and the Have-Nots. From there, Sumpter expanded into film with roles in projects like Ride Along and Sparkle, but her most celebrated work came with South Side with You, where she portrayed a young Michelle Obama and also served as a producer. Her performance was widely praised for its warmth, depth, and authenticity, capturing an inspiring figure at the start of her journey. Tika Sumpter continues to stand as a symbol of talent, resilience, and purposeful representation in the industry. Despite her growing success, Tika Sumpter has always chosen to keep much of her personal life away from public attention. In 2016, she shared that she had welcomed a daughter with actor Nicholas James, who later became her husband in 2022. Their relationship, largely kept out of the spotlight, sparked broader conversations about celebrity privacy and the intense expectations placed on public figures to share intimate details of their lives. Like many well-known artists, Sumpter has also faced occasional online speculation about her identity, though she has never engaged with rumors or felt the need to respond. For her, that quiet approach reflects not avoidance, but a clear sense of personal boundaries and the right to define her own story on her own terms. Beyond her work on screen, Tika Sumpter has become a strong advocate for Black women, especially mothers navigating the entertainment world. She co-founded Sugarberry, a lifestyle platform centered on wellness, parenting, and creating balance between personal life and career. Through her voice and visibility, Sumpter helps uplift perspectives that are often ignored, while encouraging conversations about mental well-being, self-care, and healthy boundaries. She embodies a rare mix of timeless elegance and modern resilience, More than simply an actress, she is a purposeful storyteller dedicated to reshaping how Black women are seen, valued, and represented in popular culture. Not everyone who steps into the spotlight has a safe place waiting behind the curtain. Not everyone who dazzles on the red carpet has ever known what it feels like to truly belong. Long before the glamorous outfits and fearless confidence, Billy Porter was once a quiet, uncertain child facing the heavy silence of rejection. Born into a strict Christian household in Pittsburgh, he sensed from a very young age that he didn't fit the expectations around him. But in an environment shaped by rigid beliefs and unspoken rules, that realization was something he had to carry alone, a truth too fragile and too dangerous to say out loud. Billy learned to disappear into music, into movement, into the glow of the stage, a place where he could transform into anyone, even when being himself felt impossible. At just 16, Porter received a breakthrough opportunity, a role in the acclaimed musical Dreamgirls, one of the most celebrated productions of its era. The spotlight seemed to promise a new beginning. Yet behind the applause, a much heavier reality waited. Not long after the thrill of performing, Porter was forced to confront a painful turning point in his personal life, facing rejection at home when he needed support the most. With only a small suitcase, a few clothes, and emotions he could barely name, Billy stepped into an uncertain world. He had no clear direction, no safety net, and no guarantee of what tomorrow would look like. Yet even in that moment of isolation, he did not disappear. He began, slowly and painfully, to rebuild his life from the ground up. The shy teenager learned to stand taller, transforming hardship into resilience, and what once felt like difference into something powerful. When reflecting on those early years, Porter has often expressed a quiet sense of peace, reminding others that self-worth does not come from permission or approval. His journey is more than a personal rise. It has become a symbol of hope for anyone who has ever felt unseen, rejected, or searching for where they truly belong. Jaden Smith is far more than simply Will Smith's son. He has become a symbol of a generation that refuses to live inside rigid boxes. From his early role as the bright, well-spoken child in The Pursuit of Happiness, 2006, to his rise as a teenage star in The Karate Kid, 2010, many assumed he would follow the familiar path of a typical Hollywood young actor. But Jaden has never fit neatly into expectations. His journey has been anything but ordinary, shaped by constant reinvention, bold individuality, and a refusal to be defined by what the world calls normal. Jaden Smith hasn't only challenged ideas about fashion, he's also sparked conversations about identity, emotion, and the freedom to love without labels. In 2018, during a live moment on stage, he made a surprising comment about Tyler, the creator, that instantly sent the crowd into shock. The internet exploded with questions. Was it serious, symbolic, or simply Jaden being unpredictable as always? Whatever the truth, that moment became a cultural flashpoint, reminding everyone that Jaden refuses to fit into anyone's expectations, and that mystery is part of his power. What fascinated people even more wasn't only the public reaction, but the quiet way Jaden's family approached the moment. The Smiths have always been known for encouraging individuality, yet moments like this naturally sparked intense curiosity about how those closest to him felt behind the scenes. While no one truly knows the private conversations that happened within the family, what has always been clear is that Jaden has been given space to explore life on his own terms. Whether surprising or expected, his journey continues to reflect a family dynamic built on respect, growth, and personal freedom. At the same time, many observers saw the Smith family as a symbol of openness when it comes to individuality and self-expression. While they have always kept much of their private life away from the spotlight, their public image often reflects a willingness to let their children grow in their own way. Jaden, in particular, has continued to embrace a path that feels uniquely his, experimenting with gender-fluid fashion, living with a minimalist mindset, and rejecting rigid expectations. Whether through style, art, or lifestyle, he represents a generation that values freedom, authenticity, and the courage to evolve without needing to fit into anyone else's definition of normal. Jabari Banks became widely known when he was chosen for the lead role in Bel-Air, 2022 present, the modern reimagining of the legendary series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Born in 1,998 inches, Philadelphia, Banks began acting at just 15 through theater, slowly building his craft with natural charisma and quiet confidence. His fresh energy quickly set him apart as a rising talent, but when he stepped into the role of Will, the spotlight grew brighter than ever, and with it came unexpected public attention that placed him at the center of intense conversation. While The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a nostalgic symbol of the 90s, portraying Will as a funny, charming teenager, Bel-Air took a much bolder direction. The reboot reimagined the story with a more serious tone, giving Will deeper emotional layers and placing him in a world filled with modern pressures, identity questions, and real-life challenges. As soon as audiences realized this was not a lighthearted comedy remake, the internet exploded with debate. Some viewers praised the show for bringing fresh realism and complexity to a beloved classic, while others felt uneasy about such a dramatic shift, fearing it changed the spirit of their childhood memories. Whether celebrated or criticized, Bel-Air proved one thing: reboots don't just recreate the past, they challenge how we see it. Few people realize just how carefully Bel-Air was planned before it ever reached the public. The creative team understood they were touching something iconic, and even small changes could spark strong reactions. Early on, there were many discussions behind the scenes about how far the reboot should go in modernizing the story while still respecting the legacy of the original. When Jabari Banks stepped into the role, he wasn't just playing a character, he was carrying decades of audience expectations. The show's darker, more realistic approach immediately divided viewers. Some praised it as bold and emotionally deeper, while others struggled to accept such a different tone from the lighthearted sitcom they grew up with. Banks has remained focused on one thing: telling a human story that feels real for today's generation. Whether people love or criticize the reboot, Bel-Air proves that revisiting a classic will always ignite conversation, because culture evolves, and storytelling evolves with it. Jussie Smollett's journey in the entertainment world has been both highly visible and deeply complex. From early appearances as a young actor in projects like The Mighty Ducks, 1992, to becoming widely recognized on Empire 2015-2019, he gained attention for portraying Jamal Lyon, a groundbreaking LGBTQ+ character who resonated with many viewers. His openness about identity was seen as part of a broader shift toward more inclusive representation on television. However, his career also faced major turbulence. In 2019, Smollett reported being the victim of a hate-motivated attack, a claim that quickly drew national attention. After an investigation and legal proceedings, authorities concluded that the incident had been fabricated, leading to intense public debate and serious consequences for his reputation. His story remains one of the most controversial examples of how fame, activism, and media scrutiny can collide in unpredictable ways. The controversy exploded into a massive media storm, and almost overnight, Smollett's career entered a dramatic downward shift. People who once saw him as a symbol of progress became sharply divided. Some stood by him, while others felt deeply disillusioned. Opportunities in the mainstream industry began to fade, and his public presence grew noticeably quieter. In the years since, Smollett has kept a much lower profile, turning his attention toward personal creative work, including music, yet the shadow of that moment continues to follow him, shaping how his name is discussed in the public eye. For many, his story has become a complicated reminder of how quickly fame, identity, and controversy can collide, leaving an impact that lasts far beyond the spotlight. How does a mother discover that her child sees the world differently? Sometimes it isn't through a dramatic confession, but through a quiet moment, a single image, a small clue, a sudden realization. Dylan Burnside is no stranger to the LGBTQ+ community. As one of the standout stars of Pose 2018-2021, he helped bring ballroom culture and queer artistry into the mainstream spotlight. But behind his confident public presence, there was once a younger version of him, a teenager carrying uncertainty, wondering when, or even if, he would ever be able to share his truth openly. Eventually, the truth reached his mother before he was ready to speak it aloud. One day, she came across something on his laptop images that quietly revealed what he had been holding inside for so long. In an instant, the walls of secrecy began to fall. That moment didn't erupt into drama, but into stillness, a heavy silence filled with emotion, uncertainty, and change. With time, understanding grew. What once felt unspoken slowly became something that could be faced with love and acceptance. Today, Burnside continues his journey in Atlanta, exploring his path in R&B and creative expression. Yet he never forgets how one unexpected moment became a turning point, a reminder that sometimes a single glimpse can reshape an entire life story. Ryan Jamal Swain was a dreamer from the moment he first stepped onto the stage at just 14 years old. With his role in Pose 2018-2021, he became part of a groundbreaking series that offered powerful visibility and inspiration for the Black LGBTQ+ community. Yet while the character he portrayed lived openly and unapologetically, Ryan's own personal journey was far more private. Behind the confidence audiences saw on screen, he carried parts of himself quietly believing there were truths he might have to protect for a long time. For years, he kept that part of his life carefully guarded, not spoken about, not displayed, not shared beyond a small inner world. He believed silence was safety, but sometimes truth has its own timing. One day, someone close to him began to sense what he had been holding back, not through betrayal, but through the quiet way life reveals what words cannot. What happened next could have been painful, but instead, it became unexpectedly healing. Rather than judgment, he was met with understanding. Rather than rejection, he found support, and that shift changed everything. In time, Swain chose openness over fear, sharing his truth publicly and encouraging others to do the same. Today, he continues to express himself through dance, creativity, and community work in Los Angeles, living freely in a way that once felt out of reach, and reminding others that authenticity can be both brave and beautiful. Colman Domingo has never chased the spotlight for its own sake. Performing on stage since he was just 16, he built his career through talent, discipline, and a calm, steady confidence. Yet behind that success, there was one quiet fear he carried for years, the worry that being open about his personal life might close doors in an industry that often judges before it understands. For a long time, he and his partner chose privacy, keeping their relationship away from headlines, rumors, or public speculation. No scandals, no dramatic reveals, just a life protected from unnecessary noise. But in the end, his truth didn't emerge through gossip or controversy. It came through his own voice, on his own terms, a reminder that authenticity doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives with quiet courage. In 2018, during an interview with Out magazine, Domingo shared a quiet but powerful truth. "I have always lived my truth." What made the moment so meaningful wasn't scandal, it was the realization that the fear he had carried for so long never truly became reality. The career he worried might disappear remained strong. The people around him continued to respect him, and audiences stayed loyal to his work. Instead of rejection, he found understanding. Instead of loss, he found peace. In the end, the only thing that had ever held him back wasn't the world, it was the weight of his own doubt. And by stepping forward honestly, Domingo showed that authenticity can be the greatest freedom of all. Glee, 2009-2015, wasn't just another television series, it became a cultural wave that reshaped how a generation saw music, identity, and belonging. And John Talton was part of that energy. With his warm smile and vibrant presence, he brought a sense of joy that audiences could feel instantly. But behind the bright performances and camera-ready confidence, he was carrying something deeply personal, a truth he wasn't yet ready to share. For years, John kept his private life carefully guarded, not only from the public eye, but even from the people closest to him. In fact, he hadn't even spoken about it with his own mother. It was a quiet struggle hidden beneath the applause proof that sometimes the hardest stories happen far away from the stage. But secrets rarely stay buried forever. One day, the truth reached his mother not through a planned conversation, but through someone else. And in that instant, the air shifted, not with shouting or confrontation, but with silence, the kind that creates distance without a single word being spoken. For a while, everything felt uncertain. Healing didn't happen overnight, but slowly, love began to find its way back. Over time, his mother came to understand that the person in front of her had never changed. It was simply a deeper part of him finally being seen. Today, John Talton lives with a freedom he once thought might cost him everything. He creates pop music, finds balance through wellness in Los Angeles, and most importantly, he no longer has to live in hiding. Noah Ricketts, known for his work on Broadway and his role as Kristoff in Frozen, 2018, has been praised for his strong voice and magnetic stage presence. With talent and charm, he quickly emerged as a promising name in American theater. Yet despite the applause and bright lights, he chose to keep much of his personal world away from public view. At one point, an unexpected private moment behind the scenes sparked curiosity among those around him, reminding everyone how quickly boundaries can blur in close creative spaces. What might have been a simple human detail suddenly became the subject of quiet whispers backstage, highlighting the pressures performers often face when trying to protect their private lives while living in the spotlight. Rather than retreating into silence, Ricketts chose honesty and openness, eventually sharing more of himself with the world. When he spoke publicly about living authentically, the response from fans and the theater community was overwhelmingly supportive, celebrating his courage and sincerity. Today, Noah Ricketts continues to grow his career in New York, moving forward with greater freedom and confidence. His journey has become a reminder that embracing who you are can be not a setback, but a source of strength, inspiring others to live with the same openness and self-respect. Isaiah Stokes was once seen as a rising young actor, gaining early attention for his calm screen presence and natural charisma. With steady ambition, he began building a path in the entertainment world at a young age, showing clear potential for a long career ahead. But like many public figures, his journey has not been without unexpected challenges. At one point, personal matters became the subject of online curiosity, reminding everyone how quickly private boundaries can be tested in the age of social media. Instead of being drawn into speculation, Stokes chose silence and simplicity, focusing on moving forward rather than explaining every headline. Today, he continues to develop his craft and stay committed to his artistic goals, determined to grow beyond noise and remain centered on what truly matters: his passion, his future, and his own path. Brian Michael Smith is a rising presence in action television, widely recognized for his role in 911, Lone Star, 2020, present. Beyond his on-screen success, his personal journey has also become meaningful to many. Smith is a transgender man, and for years early in his career, he kept that part of his life private, not out of shame, but out of understandable caution in an industry that can be unpredictable. In 2017, he chose to share his story publicly, marking an important moment of visibility and authenticity. Rather than facing rejection, he was met with support from fans, colleagues, and the wider community, showing how representation can create connection instead of division. Today, Brian Michael Smith continues to build a strong career while helping broaden the space for transgender actors in mainstream media. His journey stands as a reminder that living openly can be both deeply personal and quietly powerful, and that talent, integrity, and truth can coexist at the highest levels of entertainment. Wilson Cruz became a beloved teen star through his role in My So-Called Life, 1994, 1995, one of the most unforgettable youth series of the 1990s. To audiences, he seemed to be living a dream: fame, recognition, and a bright future. But behind the spotlight, his real life was far more difficult. At just 17, when Cruz bravely came out as gay, he faced painful rejection at home and was forced to leave his family house. Suddenly, he had to navigate adulthood on his own, balancing school with work simply to survive. It was a chapter marked by hardship, but also by resilience. Years later, his father expressed regret and sought reconciliation. Cruz chose forgiveness, and his journey became one of healing rather than bitterness. Over time, he transformed his experiences into purpose, becoming a passionate advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and support for young people facing similar struggles. Today, Wilson Cruz continues his acting career, including his work on Star Trek, Discovery, while also dedicating time to charity and community efforts in Los Angeles. His story stands as a powerful reminder that even after rejection, it is possible to rebuild, to heal, and to shine again. Michael K. Williams was widely celebrated for bringing depth and intensity to some of television's most unforgettable characters. He rose to iconic status through his portrayal of Omar Little in The Wire, 2002-2008, a role often regarded as one of the greatest in crime drama history. But beyond the screen, Williams was also known for keeping his personal life deeply private. He rarely spoke publicly about romantic relationships, choosing instead to let his work speak for him. At times, moments of loss and grief brought more attention to parts of his life he had kept away from the spotlight, reminding audiences that even the strongest performers carry quiet, unseen stories behind their roles. Many people admired Michael K. Williams not only for his talent, but also for the quiet dignity with which he lived. He was someone who kept much of his personal world away from headlines, choosing privacy over publicity. Over the years, his life reminded audiences that even the most celebrated figures often carry stories that remain unseen. Before his passing in 2021, Williams continued working on meaningful projects, leaving behind a legacy defined by artistic brilliance, emotional depth, and authenticity. He is remembered not just as an extraordinary actor, but as a presence marked by sincerity, humanity, and lasting impact. Karamo Brown has become widely loved for his warm, energetic presence on Queer Eye, 2018 present. To many viewers, he represents confidence, compassion, and emotional strength. But earlier in his life, his journey toward openness was far more complicated than the public ever realized. In the early years of his career, Karamo kept parts of his identity private, especially within his family, unsure of how it would be received. A turning point came when he appeared on reality television, where his honesty became part of a much larger public conversation. For his family, learning about such a personal truth through the media was unexpected and emotional, a moment that required time, reflection, and growth. Over the years, understanding replaced shock, and acceptance slowly followed. Today, Karamo Brown is not only a television personality, but also a respected speaker and advocate. Living in Los Angeles, he continues to inspire others through his work, his parenting, and his message that self-love and authenticity are strengths, not risks. Tyler Perry, born the 13th of September 1969 in New Orleans, Louisiana, is one of the most influential figures in modern entertainment. As a filmmaker, playwright, actor, and studio owner, He has had a major impact on American media, especially within the Black community. Perry is best known for creating and portraying Medea, the bold, outspoken, and comedic grandmother who has become a cultural phenomenon. Although his work has sometimes received mixed reactions from critics, the Medea franchise has achieved enormous commercial success, earning hundreds of millions of dollars worldwide. That level of impact has firmly established Tyler Perry as a powerful, creative, and business force in the film industry, proving that his storytelling resonates deeply with audiences across generations. In 2019, Tyler Perry reached a historic milestone by becoming the first African American to fully own a major film studio without backing from a large media conglomerate. His massive 330-acre studio complex in Atlanta, built on a former military base, has since become a cutting-edge hub for film and television production. More than just a place where movies are created, the studio stands as a powerful symbol of creative independence and economic freedom for Black storytellers. Perry's achievement has opened doors for countless emerging talents who have often been overlooked in the industry. What he has built reflects not only artistic ambition, but also extraordinary vision, determination, and business brilliance. Tyler Perry's private life has often been the subject of public curiosity, as happens to many high-profile figures. Over the years, online speculation has surfaced, sometimes unfairly based on stereotypes or assumptions rather than confirmed facts. Perry, however, has consistently chosen not to engage with rumors, making it clear that his personal life is not something he owes the public. Instead, he has kept the focus on his work, his values, and the impact of what he builds through storytelling and opportunity. That boundary has allowed him to maintain professionalism, avoid unnecessary distractions, and continue shaping a legacy defined by creativity and empowerment rather than gossip. Tyler Perry has largely chosen to rise above rumors by directing his energy toward philanthropy and community support. Over the years, he has contributed millions to causes such as disaster relief, housing assistance, education, and efforts aimed at social equity. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he reportedly helped provide meals for seniors in cities like New Orleans and Atlanta, reflecting his commitment to giving back in times of crisis. He has also stepped in quietly during moments of national tragedy, offering support to families affected by loss and injustice. Alongside his public work, Perry is known to value fatherhood deeply, maintaining an active role in raising his son while keeping much of his family life private. Through generosity, responsibility, and long-term community investment, Perry continues to shape a legacy built more on impact than on headlines. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. We hope today's list has offered some fascinating new perspectives on identity, representation, and the powerful stories that exist beyond the spotlight. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next surprising and meaningful content. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.